All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Since you two, this is Pastor Dow. You know, I myself personally, I simply cannot understand for the life of me why we simply cannot see what's going on. Now, believe me, there's a lot of noise in this universe. There's a lot of distractions in this universe. And there are a lot of things that people are esteeming very, very high and putting it up to the forefront while the real issues are being pressed down. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do my best to make sure that you don't lose sight of the real issues. Now, I think one reason why that I'm able to see the forest as well as the trees that are in the forest is because I live way out here in a set apart life. So therefore, I'm not so easily deceived by the distractions. Whether you like it or understand it or not, there has been a seismic shift in spirituality in this country. The decline has been on for quite some time, and you cannot ignore it. The morality that we have today, and it's getting even more wicked, is obvious, especially to people in my generation. And I'm going to tell you, morally, the people who came before my generation, morally, while they were ignorant as hell, were morally more righteous than my generation. And each successive generation has declined. It's utterly amazing. I mean, the country that we live in has literally been hijacked. Been hijacked by a Marxist system. And I'm not even going to go into all that. If you want to know what that means, go back in my videos. I don't have time to define every single term that I use. Go and educate yourself, then you understand what I'm saying. But if some of us, because you're not going to get the majority of the people are going to be deceived. The majority of the people are simply not going to get it. I'm not here for them. I'm here for those of you who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. You need to do whatever you can to make moves to preserve sanity, to preserve yourself, to preserve those who you love. And if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. But we are staring right in the face of the beast. No doubt about it. We're watching sin, iniquity, and transgression being exalted. And, I've seen something take place lately. When you read the Bible, it's kind of hard for you to put these two together and stuff. But I'm seeing something that has taken place lately that is literally appalling. But the Bible has already called it. You've got people that foam out their own shame. Do you understand what I mean? Let me give you an example. If you lived in this life any length of time, you understand what I mean? And I'm going to use myself personally first. If you lived in this life any length of time whatsoever at all, there are things that I have done that I am literally ashamed of. Yeah, believe it. Now, truth is, it's none of your business. You've got your own things to be ashamed of. But I, in the eyes of the Father, I am getting myself right. And it's been a process of time. You better make sure that you get yourself right in the process of time. Because we're closer today than what we were when I was a little boy. But I'm watching today that people are literally not ashamed to mention some of the things that they have been partakers of, and things and sins and transgressions and iniquity that they have been involved in the past. And I'm sitting here watching this thing right before my very eyes. It'll be something if the Bible didn't call it, but the scriptures already called it way before it even happened. I'm amazed because when you have done things that you are no longer ashamed of, but you gloat in them and you relish in them, and you have no shame in telling others. I mean, there are things literally, I'm sure that put it like this: the love of many is waxing seriously cold. I can't imagine some of the things that people have done. Actually, they go out there and will get on Facebook and then show the whole world their sins that they should be ashamed of. You understand what I mean? Am I making any sense? I don't know. I don't think I'm making any sense to a lot of people, but I'm making a lot of sense to myself. I promise you that. And you have to be careful of this type of spirit. You really, truly do. Let me tell you something. Guard your heart with all diligence. I have a spirit in me that works. I have a righteous spirit, and then I have the old evil Adamic man that I have to fight against and war against on a daily basis. And there are things that people are saying and doing out here in this world. Listen to me very closely, and the Most High will give you understanding. That the enemy uses to try to entice you to respond and react after the old evil Adamic nature. And then what you basically got is you've got a demonic spirit fighting a demonic spirit, and they ain't going to agree. And then you are caught somewhere in the middle. You can't fall into the snare. You can't fall into the trap of that. If you're dealing with someone that is not ashamed of things that they have done in the past, you're dealing with a reprobate mind. And a reprobate mind is a mind that once knew Yah, but no longer glorifies him as it. They have no shame. They throw out all the Torah, they throw out all the scripture, and nothing means nothing to them no more. That's why I did a video on character versus reputation. Most people don't understand character versus reputation. I'm not Jesus Christ. Never have been, never will be. You ask me who I am, I'm a piece of crap, but I'm made holy by the sacrifice of the Messiah, Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. And I'm so grateful and so thankful of the cleansing and the washing of my soul, of my spirit, that I get it. I understand the sacrifice. I understand the price and the penalty that had to be paid in order to write my name down in the Lamb's Book of Life. And because of that, I live my life in total fear of him and total respect and honor. And I dare not transgress any of those 10 commandments. And I go on. Now you think about this. Jesus Christ, Yahshua HaMashiach, this was the most perfect man that has ever walked the face of planet Earth. And you know what the people, his own people did, as well as the system of the day did? They murdered him. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say kill. I said they murdered him. A just man. Without sin, without iniquity, and without transgression. You and I can't say that. I can't say that. I deserve death. You deserve death. But this man, he didn't deserve nothing. That's letting you know the type of world that we're in. Because the thief cometh not, look at the character of the thief, steal, kill, and to destroy. You watch every single one who is submitted to the thief, submitted to the enemy, their nature is to steal, kill, and to destroy. Pay attention. Only by their fruits. Only by their fruits you shall know them. That's the only way you're going to know them. And so you have to be very careful of the things you allow in your ears and the things you allow your eyes to see. You must be very careful. Because if not, the enemy has a plan drawn up for you to get your soul. You need to understand that. It makes no difference. Hey, look, if you choose to just look at my videos and you don't believe the way I believe, that's fine. That's good. But at least take the wisdom that I'm offering and apply it to life. Because it will help you chart your course, and it will help you to be able to discern all men. But remember, regardless of anything that is going on in this world today, you have no further to look than by somebody's fruits. Now, the truth is, I'm not your judge. You're not my judge. And, of course, I'm not going to let you judge me anyway. That's all there is to it. Because I have a fear of the greater judge. You have to understand, as a pastor, I have been lied on. People have come into my presence and literally have tried to deceive me. I've been mocked, scorned, ridiculed, derided, and chid. You name it. You name it. And I expect it. That's the one reason why that I follow. One principle I follow is to take not heed to all words that are spoken. Because, you know, if I got somebody over here saying that somebody said this and stuff, I'm glad I don't pay too much attention to it. Because if I did, I wouldn't have no brothers, no sisters, or no friends. Because everything. That's why we got the acid test of if you accuse somebody of something, you must face them. That's our acid test. And that's the only protection we have. You get that person in front of everybody else, all parties together, and you'll be able to find the truth. But today, we have a spirit where people don't want whoever somebody points the finger at and somebody accused, they only want you to take their side of the story, and they don't want you at all to explore what somebody else has said. They want judgment without 2 or 3 witnesses. That's America. We go around trumping up all these charges against all these sovereign nations. We're blowing the hell out of countries. We're killing, murdering innocent civilians in other lands. And we're calling it collateral damage. And calling it a necessary evil. What in the world? And you better be sure, America, your chickens are coming home to roost. And because we trump up these charges, we lie and deceive the nations and stuff. And then it only comes later on to find out after 1 million something people have been murdered. What do we do then? You can't bring these people back to life. And I feel sorry because I know exactly what's going on. I'm seeing prophecy fulfilled right before our very eyes. And it's a scary, scary thing. Don't you get swallowed up by the flood of the beast. Guard your heart, guard your ears, and guard your eyes. And don't put a cheap value on your soul. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got a lot of people offended at me. I don't mind. That's part of the war. I don't mind. And I'm sure that I'm going to offend many more people. I accept it. That's right. I accept it. Hey, I can tell you one thing. We have a tall order sitting in front of us. All of us do. And I hope that before time is up, that everybody gets it. Because, you know, sitting here in this land of our sojourn, you're going to feel pressure. I want you to listen to me real close. Real men feel pressure. Listen to me very close. Real men, they feel pressure. All right? But they also apply it. Meaning they recognize that it's there, but they also apply pressure. Meditate on what I've just said, and maybe the Most High give you understanding. I hope that I've reached somebody out there.